What up and welcome to Something by Brian. I'm Brian, and because of Mr. Beast's and Mark Rober's TeamSeas fundraising campaign, I rewatched 2016's Finding Dory, so I'ma talk about it. First of all, if you've seen my video, Best Movie Experience of 2020, you know just how much I adore Pixar and their creations. Now, is Finding Dory the best Pixar movie? No, that would be The Incredibles. And Up. And the original Toy Story. Okay then, so is it the best Pixar sequel? Also no, that would be every Toy Story since the first one, and Incredibles too. But nevertheless, I do believe Finding Dory still has merit and warrants a review and discussion, so let's get to it. The story picks up a year after Nemo and Marlin were reunited and everything was once again lovely in the Great Barrier Reef. However, Dory starts experiencing vivid flashbacks triggered by various auditory and visual sensations, and she realizes that she has a family somewhere out there in the big blue sea and she needs to find them. Since missing a family member is something Marlin can relate to, he and Nemo joins her adventure to find her family. We revisit some of the best characters from the first one before being introduced to a completely new roster of wonderfully colorful and lovely side characters. Like the first movie, our characters are divided throughout most of the movie, resulting in an A plot and a B plot. Firstly, Dory needs to find her parents in a literal fish out of water story. And secondly, Marlin and Nemo needs to find Dory. Both storylines are entertaining and engaging, but it's definitely Dory's story that has the most emotional weight, and also I find it absolutely hilarious. The climax of the story is totally bonkers and completely over the top in the best kind of way. And all throughout we are treated to some very solid action sequences. Even though I just stated that Dory's storyline carried the most emotional impact, it doesn't reach the heights of its predecessor, but Pixar definitely still knows how to pull at your heartstrings and punch you in the gut. Ellen DeGeneres once again shines as the forgetful fish Dory. She might not be an experienced actress, but her voice work in this and the original is on point. She is hilarious in her delivery and lands every joke. She's believable in her sincere moments of emotion or forgetfulness and just completely disappears into the role. Dory doesn't sound like Ellen, she sounds like Dory. And that is quite a feat when your voice is as recognizable as Ellen's. Albert Brooks is returning as Marlin, and he is also in top form. Once again delivering the trademark overprotective tone we expect from the caring dad. He has some great heart-to-hearts with both Nemo and Dory, and his sincerity truly helps carry the emotional weight. In new additions to the cast, we have both Jay and Phil from Modern Family, or Ed O'Neill and Ty Burrell respectively, if you're unfamiliar with the aforementioned sitcom. I wish we could have seen different sides from these two very capable actors, instead of grumpy old man and enthusiastic dreamer. That being said, they are both very compelling in those roles and really provide a lot of the humor. Also, this is my very first rewatch of Finding Dory since its theatrical release. Since then, I've rewatched the entirety of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia multiple times, and I must admit, hearing Dee Reynolds' voice coming out of the whale shark Destiny was a bit jarring at first. But Caitlin Olsen is great and has a wonderful energy that she really imbues the large nearsighted whale shark with. It's a movie full of fun little cameos from A-listers and SNL alumni alike, and it's always fun trying to figure out whose voice is coming out of that little fish or sea lion or what have you. A couple of standouts in this flick is Sigourney Weaver and Idris Elba. The movie is written and directed by Andrew Stanton, amongst others. Stanton directed the first movie too and has done a lot of work for Pixar. Wall-E and A Bug's Life also carries his name. He's clearly experienced in his field and it shows. The direction is clear and every shot is purposeful, beautiful or exciting. The thing that always impresses me with animated features is nothing is by chance. Every single detail has been placed meticulously and it is always a joy to watch, especially Pixar's films. They truly go the extra mile. The various fish included in this movie are all stunning, the multiple distinct locations, all with wonderful layouts, and animation that is incredibly lifelike whilst comically exaggerated. Speaking of the animation, Ed O'Neill's character, Hank the Seven-Armed Octopus, is a technical marvel. His fluent movement with that many limbs is amazing. I've heard that they wanted an octopus in Finding Nemo, but simply couldn't achieve the desired look with the software available at the time. And then, in addition to his incredible character rig, they also made him able to camouflage with incredible texture and compositing work. It is a joy to watch that character, and I fully understand why the backdrop for the credits was Hank hiding in plain sight. Truly engaging to watch. As mentioned earlier, the locations are impressive both in detail and scale, and especially one stands out from the rest. Right after the trio arrives to the waters near California, they enter dark and disgusting waters, full of litter, with crabs using cans and whatnot as shells. A sad sight to behold indeed. And with that incredibly smooth segue to ocean pollution, let me spend a little time talking about TeamSeas. As of recording this, $15,745,834 has already been collected in the effort to clean up 30 million pounds of trash from the ocean, rivers and lakes. It is an effort initiated and orchestrated by Mr. Beast and Mark Rober. The money collected will be donated to the Ocean Cleanup and Ocean Conservancy, who has promised if the goal of $30 million is reached before January 1st, they'll manage to clean up 1 pound of trash per dollar. That's a good deal right there. So click on the link below to learn more and help the cause by donating. Now, back to less important topics. Animated movies for kids. Overall, this movie is a wonderful time. It's colorful and fun, high-paced yet emotional. It is everything you'd expect from a Pixar film. Lovely characters, great performances. I haven't even touched on the impeccable score from Thomas Newman. To criticize it a lit, Dory's flashbacks feel a bit convenient at times, and simultaneously, the movie seems to, at points, play with the notion that she can will her condition away, which isn't the greatest message to any disabled people watching. However, she is never cured or anything, and the movie features a plethora of differently abled characters who all deal with their various struggles in very believable and empowering ways, learning to navigate and accept themselves as equally valuable and worthwhile. So overall, this is a wonderful movie that I've waited too long to rewatch, and I'm looking forward to seeing again already. It has very little drawbacks, and while Dory might seem like a somewhat passive character in her own story, it feels very true to her nature, and the way she copes with her feelings and disability drives the plot forward in a very endearing and believable way. Definitely worth a rewatch if you haven't, and if you haven't seen it at all, get on it. It is so freaking funny. Thanks for watching this. Next video will be a draw review for Edgar Wright's Last Night in Soho, currently underperforming in theaters as per usual. Poor brilliant Edgar. I for one can't wait to see it. Anyways, if you liked the drawing, consider liking the video, and if you liked the video, consider subscribing. Until next... oh wait, please check out the link below and donate if you have anything to spare. Until next time, take care.